Hello everyone, my name is Farah Safadine and I did the project on effects on mobility habits on joint and muscle stress. My team, which included Kutaiba Al-Rifai, our advisor Dr. Hassan Namagi, and myself focused on two projects throughout the course of the fall semester, which included effects on mobility habits on joint and muscle stress and a door opening robotic arm. I focused on the first project, which was effects on mobility habits on joint and muscle stress. In other words, how do the things that we do on a daily basis affect our joints and muscles, which may cause stress and lead to disabilities? So who is the impacted population? As you may know, mobility difficulties are fairly common in all age groups. However, as one gets older, their chance of acquiring a disability is much greater. It was also found that 40% of people aged 65 or older had at least one disability and that disabilities were greater in women than in men. Although disabilities are more common in the elderly, college students with high smartphone usage are more likely than those with low usage to experience impaired hand function, thumb pain, and other issues. This is because when one is using their phone, they are arching their back. But if one does have a disability, what is their standard of living? Healthcare costs are higher for people that have disabilities because they need to pay for more Medicare and other related payments. Nonetheless, many people with disabilities do not like living at a nursing home and rely on receiving help from others. About 85% receive help from one or more people, and 79% of that 85% need help with housework, which narrows down to 56% for shopping and 23% for meal prep. In order to reduce or prolong the chance of getting a disability, awareness needs to be spread. Spreading awareness. There are four main fields that we focused on: art, fitness, medical, and sports. In the art and fitness fields, pressure and stress can be prolonged when one dances or exercises in different positions. In the medical field, orthopedics, chiropractors, and physiotherapists, for example, can look for a method to treat the patient with some exercises. For sports, shin splints can be avoided if athletes are aware of body stress concepts. Shin splints are pain in the shin bone due to the overuse of it. However, if one does injure or damage their muscles, they can be repaired or replaced. Once our body's muscle cells are damaged, they are stimulated to divide. After dividing, they undergo a cellular process where it fuses the muscle fibers together to form myofibrils, which increase in number and enlarge, which we see as our muscles increase in size after we exercise. This process is called myofibrillar hypertrophy. However, there is a lack of current studies that indirectly affects us because our simplest habits and tasks that we do every day may harm us, but we are usually not aware of prevention methods. Also, the tasks that we perform may form chronic pain or problems in the future. In order to see how our daily habits may cause stress in our bodies, I recorded 10 different people picking up a pen and separated.
After filming 10 people, we analyzed their position using the stress analysis module in Autodesk Inventor 2016. A three-dimensional model for human body was acquired from the internet. The model was rotated and body parts were moved to represent the position of the individual. You can see in figure 1 a snapshot of Autodesk Inventor showing the 3D model. Figure 2 shows the details of a stress analysis module on the software. We assigned the material as generic with the density of human body about 1020 kilograms per meter cube. The sole of the foot was fixed as a mechanical constraint. We defined the gravity as the load. The contact between different human body parts were bounded together. The model uses the finite element analysis method to calculate the stress. The part is meshed to 1,000 small elements and partial differential equations are set up using the boundary values. Finite element analysis provides a numerical technique for finding approximate solution to these differential equations. So in other words, the software solves thousands differential equations at the same time to find the value for each of them, which is stress in every element of the human body. There were some limitations with our analysis, although the model were able to model the subjects and we were able to have a human body and analyze it, but it was a little bit far from the exact. It was hard to factor in the density and weight distribution of human body. Even if we could do that, everybody is different, and some people, they have more muscle, which is denser than fat. The model that we used wasn't exactly created for us, for our purpose, so we had some mobility constraint on.
After filming, we surveyed each individual about their age, weight, height, type of pain they had, and whether or not they exercised. The first category, Category A, had good balance and control. People in this position leaned forward on one leg and had the lowest energy consumption, but had the most stress on the knee of the leg they were leaning on and on a majority of other upper body joints. This position was easy because they weren't going as low and they didn't need as much energy to go back up to their initial position. The next category, Category B, included people that bent forward with an arched back and had the second lowest energy consumption but had the highest stress on the back. The last category, Category C, included people who were in a squat-like position and had the highest energy consumption but low stress on the back and on the hamstrings. There was low stress because there was stress on muscles which can be repaired or replaced naturally, which I mentioned earlier, but not on the joints, which cannot be replaced or repaired naturally. We depicted these positions using a 3D design software stress analysis, Autodesk Inventor, which was posed to represent the position of the individual. The software showed us where the most stress was on in the body in that certain position. Results. There was high stress on joints, which cannot be replaced naturally. This occurred or leaned forward, which was depicted in Category B. Also, the elderly make up a majority of our population. 65% of people age 85 or older do not reside in a nursing home. And also, the Older Americans Act Amendment of 2000 was amended, and the Medicare Prescription Drug Improvement and Modernization Act was signed into law in 2003. This helped expand health benefits and accessibility for seniors and could explain the decline in nursing home patients. Currently, we have a working class that consists mostly of older individuals. Employment of healthcare occupations is projected to grow 19% from 2014 to 2024, adding about 2.3 million new jobs because federal health insurance reform should increase the number of individuals who have access to health insurance. Also, more than 40% of the actions performed each day were not due to decision-making, but habits. To put it into perspective, people doing tasks act 60% on logical processes, but intermixed in it are quirks that each person may have. That raised these questions. If habits are such a big part of our lives, then what does it mean for the elderly? What does it mean for young people? What are people doing and how are they doing it? We set out to record one basic act, picking a pen off of the ground. This task uses back, arm, and leg muscles and also depends on the person's preference on how to grab the pen. In conclusion, there are 3 different positions that people usually go under to pick up an object. The first position, people lean forward on one leg, which was showed in Category A. The second position, people bent forward with an arched back, Category B, and the third position, people squatted, Category C. Positions, it was observed that individuals who leaned forward on one leg experienced high stress on the leaning knee. Also, the simulation showed that individuals who bent forward experienced high stress on the lower back. Individuals who squatted had high stress on the thigh muscles. Applying frequent stress on the thigh muscles can lead into muscle growth. Therefore, from the health perspective, it is recommended to go into the squat position in order to pick up an object from the ground. However, in the squat position, people require more energy to return to a standing position due to higher displacement of center of gravity. There are many researches that focus on treating or accommodating people with disabilities. There has been less studies on what is the cause of disabilities and how our daily habits can bring about future disabilities. Our research is intended to show how a common daily task can cause stress on our joints and muscles. Results could be useful for many future studies on the areas of fitness, art, health, and sports. In addition, it can raise awareness on the general public by adjusting their daily routines to lower the stress on their joints. However, our survey was limited to only 10 individuals, and it is suggested to expand the study to a greater population. And the human model used for stress analysis was not an actual representation of different individuals. It is recommended to create a new model with individualized fat and muscle mass distribution. This study did not investigate the effects of gender, level of exercise, height, and weight on how we pick up an object. This was due to our small sample size of 10 people. Therefore, it will be worthwhile to look into those factors in the future. And these are my works cited. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.